first part of the program today is on the rubber industry business talk. In this session, we have focused on the journey of Saga Elastomers as a quality manufacturer of extruded rubber products. We have Mr. Milind, Laddha, Managing Director of the Saga Elastomers. We'll be sharing his experiences, how he managed his business, running the business for many years. Before we invite Mr. Milind, let's have a look at the presentation on the Saga Elastomers, so that all of you have an understanding what is Saga Elastomers all about. Okay, that's a short presentation on the Saga Elastomers. Now let me invite Mr. Milind Laddha, the Managing Director of the Saga Elastomers, to come forward. Let's learn about his journey in managing the Saga Elastomers. Mr. Milind, welcome to the Rubber Industry Business Talk. How are you?
Thank you for inviting me to this show. And I would like to express my gratitude to all my team members, to my customers, and to my associates. Here I am basically as a representative of all of these people. So whatever Saga is today is because of the joint efforts of everyone.
Super. Thank you. Welcome again for this program today. Before get into more details about how is your experience, I want to just dive into the name. What is a Saga means?
Yeah, basically Saga, the name is derived from the English word itself, a Herculean effort which is going on for a long time. So we have done this for our company. We have started from zero and we are at some bit of a good size today, a long way to go ahead, but it has been a continuous struggle, and that is what we mean by Saga.
Super. I really like the word Saga. It's a very nice name. Yeah, let's keep it going, the journey.
Yeah, we'll try to do that.
Yeah. And I know I was checking on your background. You were actually graduate in textile background. And what's the story? How did you get into the rubber, man?
Yeah. So basically, I am a textile engineer, and we started with flocking on textiles. Mr. Dinesh Gandhi then at that point of time introduced me to flocking on rubber. And it was a new industry at that point of time in India, and we could get good results in the initial stages itself. So we started procuring a lot of rubber goods. So we shifted on to manufacturing of rubber profiles for ourselves. So that is how I got into rubber. And I would thank Mr. Dinesh Gandhi to get me into this field.
And you're enjoying it now, being a rubber industrialist?
Yes. Now I am enjoying it. Seen a lot of ups and downs. So
yes.
Now I'm enjoying it.
Before we go into more details about about the business aspects of it, I'd like to understand. You mentioned that your father is a role model for you. Can you talk about your father, his influence on you, and he's still active in your business? How is it?
Oh, yes, yes, he is very much active. In fact, I feel a lot of pressure from him even today. He's at the age of 78, and my factory is about 100 kilometers from my home. So he is always ready even before me in the morning to get up and catch the train to go to the factory. And over the years also, he has been a very inspiring figure for me. So we have faced as a family a lot of ups and downs, and he was taking all the heat, and we as a family never felt all that. So he shielded us from all those things. And going ahead, when he joined us in our factory, when actually I could afford his services, kind of. So I could learn a lot from him. Though he's an engineer, his managerial skills are extremely good, and the learning process for me is still going on. And even today, a lot of day-to-day production activities are still handled by him. So yes, a lot of learning from. Though I would say I have not yet imbibed the quality of shielding my family from my whatever day-to-day activities in the factory. A lot of learning yet to come from him.
Super, super. So glad to know is 78 still he's behind you. Yeah, behind you in the sense to push you forward. Yeah.
Yes, yes. In fact, I had to tell him, why don't you take some holidays so that even I can take holidays.
Yeah, that's nice, and nice to have a father like him, and give you the right push and positive pressure to take the Saga Elastomers to more milestones in the near future. You say, I understand that you started a company in 2009, but before that you already experienced the rubber industry. And I want to know, when you established a company in 2009, I want first few years how your journey looks like. Is it a cakewalk, or is it a rough walk? What kind of journey was the first?
It was a very shoddy and rough walk. And even before 2009, we constituted this company, Saga Elastomers Private Limited in Palghar. My career in rubber actually started in 1996, wherein we did this backward integration, which I just told you. We started production of rubber profiles. So when we did start that, I did not have any background of rubber technology, nothing at all. Just started it because we had to get into it. And within 2 to 3 months, we were in this industry of flocking for about 4 to 5 years. So we had earned good. In the first 4 to 5 months itself, whatever we had earned in the 3 to 4 years of our business, we had brought that everything to zero. And at that point of time, somebody came and told me that this is this tagline which he said, which I always remember. कि किसी से दुश्मनी निकालनी हो तो उसकी रबर की फैक्ट्री चालू करवा दो. So it was like always a thought which was there in my mind. But of course, over the years we have overcome it. And I would say one particular incident over here, Mr. Bhatia of Rohit Rubber. He knew my background as an engineer, so he suggested that I should do a course in rubber technology as a part-time course, which at that point of time IRI was conducting in UD City. Once I did that course, I got a hang of the rubber industry, so I have to say, and then things started moving in the positive direction. From 96 to 2009, we did had a steady path, and then I had the confidence and the feeling that yes, this has a good potential further. Then we moved on to Palghar, where I bought a big place, about 20,000 square feet, and there it is where we are running this Saga Elastomers Private Limited. So yes, I had seen a lot of not the cakewalk.
So that's nice. So, but you can keep on moving. That's important, right? So yeah.
So that point of time, there were a lot of questions, self-doubts, and everything that happens eventually, because I'm an engineer. I did not do management, though got a seat in NMIMS at that point of time. Someone was convinced that I can't do a job. So just pushed myself and went through those years. That was a learning process.
And also you have inspirational father behind you, so I don't think he let you go. Right? That's nice. You are specialized in extruded rubber products. Why extruded rubber products? There are lots of various types of products, but you are specialized in the extruded rubber. Why did you choose those segments?
Yeah, here again, it is basically the products chose me rather than me choosing the products. Like I said, it was basically a backward integration for us. We were doing flocking on channels. So all the channels are extruded profiles. So we started production of profiles, and over the years we developed our expertise in profile itself. And I could see a lot of potential in the profiles business. And today, what has happened is basically flocking has come down to only about 1 to 1.5% of our total business. So eventually, we just expanded our capacities in extrusion itself. We do have a little bit of moldings, but it was basically that it was a backward integration. So it was not like I just want to get to the rubber industry. So now what industry should I get into? Should it be pharma products? Should it be conveyor belts or something of that sort? It was something that I just moved on gradually.
And I listen, you also always look at challenges in terms of product development, is it right?
Oh, yes. So from the initial phase itself, we had this bent of mind of taking up complicated products and working as a team onto it. And that gave you a sense of achievement, and the entire team would feel enthused with it. And that culture still remains in Saga. So we are continuously on the lookout for new products, and we don't see development of new products as something which is hampering our production. Like we always have the production pressure, but the entire team looks up to, okay, what new trial is being done today. So that is the entire attitude in Saga. And the team also, they keep on making detailed notes of what we've done today, what was the thing that could have been improved, and the second trial, third trial, we keep on improving on that. And that is how we have developed a variety of products for a number of industries. In fact, we are catering to at least about 10 to 12 different industries today, and developed quite good niche products for those industries. So that has been also marketing forte as such.
So in the company presentation, I observed that you have a wide range of products for the different market requirements. Which products, which markets are giving a good kind of a significant contribution to your business? You have a wide variety of products. So in terms of the extruder profile,
yeah, a big trend for us. It has happened over the time, and specifically pointing out any one particular product is quite difficult. But what we have done is developed an expertise on a lot of polymers and a lot of hardness range as well. So we are into nitrile, EPDM, silicone, hardness range from 40 to 85. We cater to segments like wiper tip for oil and gas industry, then pipe seals for the infrastructure industry, pads, EPDM profiles, EPDM expansion joints. These are all things which are not so easy to produce, and we have a well-documented process for it. And in fact, now if we get anything on this, it is simply that, okay, this is what we have done, just stick to that routine and produce it. So though a difficult product, but since we have done it repeatedly, now it is kind of a routine for us.
And your export is more. Yeah. Export is more for you.
Yeah. Export. So we are actually in the last 3 to 4 years we have gone more into exports, and about 60% of our turnover is now into exports, and we are catering to UK, France, Germany, Australia, Spain, a diverse lot of countries. And again, in that countries also we are catering to various industries. Like our France client is more into the mining sector, the Australian client is more into the pipe seal sector. So it is spread out across customer segments, countries like that. And that is how we are seeking further growth as well.
When I discussed with you before this program, you talked about quality. And I just wanted to understand, how do you manage or assure, because your export 60% is export, So can you give some highlights about or insights about how do you manage your quality control and quality assurance for your clients?
Yeah, here our basic thought process for the entire team again is that we do not consider quality as only the quality supervisor's job or the quality department's job. It is taken to be a part and parcel of each and every member of the team. And from experience, we have learned that the last person on the machine, if we train him for the on the quality aspects, for example, on the extrusion itself, we have given our operators a vernier caliper and they check the dimensions immediately on the extrusion stage itself. So that is how we are implementing it. It is not that only the quality person will check it and then of course the quality person is there, but it is basically on everyone's shoulders that the quality is ensured. And of course, we do have day-to-day discussions like every 7 to 10 days. We have discussions on what went right for this product, what are the areas where we can improve. And it is an open culture where everybody is allowed to, in fact, we support people uh, to come and comment on whatever processes can be improved further to ensure quality. So that has been the way. And of course, we had some failures also. And in exports, failures are very expensive. So that is what has also pushed us to bringing in more quality, bringing more quality consciousness into our entire team.
Yeah, it's always learning, continuous learning is there, managing the quality
Our
and the
industry
training.
is a big learner. Every
Yes,
day something new comes up. Even if you are doing the same thing repeatedly, it is just not that you can just sit back and relax. Okay, ये तो बार-बार किया है, so it has to happen like that. It is. Some people say rubber is an art and skill joined together. So the shop floor people have to be on the toes. Anything new can crop up any day, and that day's tweak will be different from whatever we had done yesterday.
Your company is located in Maharashtra in India. I think one of the core places in the COVID got a lot of impact also, right? And how did you manage this? Of course, now we are talking about post-COVID. I don't know. Still, we are in the post-COVID, or maybe some new name for it sooner or later. But how did you manage your business during the COVID times, and how you're picking up now? Yeah.
So the biggest challenge with COVID was the unpredictability that it brought along, and nobody has seen it before, so everybody was totally confused about it. So yes, the initial 2 to 3 months were very difficult for everyone. But since we have been as a team for the last 10 to 12 years, and we had some internal dialogue, a WhatsApp group, and we had this talk, though the factory was shut, so everybody was taken care of, and they knew that as a team, we would be taken care of. So that did help in the initial part. But of course, because of the unpredictability of the disease itself and nothing, no one knowing much about it, some people did leave our team. Eventually, at their own comfort level, they did join us also back. And the entire COVID period, in fact, it has been a lot of learning for me and for our team during the COVID period. Because earlier to COVID, pre-COVID, as you say, I would be going daily to my factory. And because of COVID, it was a challenge because trains were not running and daily traveling 100 kilometers up and down is not feasible at all. So I had to compulsorily move on to a situation where I used to now go only twice a week. So the team became more independent. They could take decisions on themselves. And I would say kudos to my team. They have really taken it up in a very positive way. This has been one major learning for me as well, that it was not that maybe I was actually an impediment for them to grow further. So that has been a very big learning. And we had very good support from our clients as well, since we were into exports already into it. So we got, in fact, bigger orders in the COVID times. Logistics was sometimes an issue, but the client supported us in giving us faster payments. So that has helped us. Sometimes we did face some raw material issue, but not to such a big extent. But overall, for us, COVID was actually positive for the team as well, for learning for me personally, and of course, I got to attend a lot of technical webinars, which because I was in Palghar, I could not attend. And then everything moved on to the web, like we are attending today's webinar as well. So I learned a lot from these webinars. One of the webinars I did recently was from overseas polymer, where though being in the industry for 20 years, I really learned that day how to calculate the needed batch size. And we actually implemented it and found very good improvement in our mixing cycle. Other webinar, these are just some incidents which come to my mind immediately. I had from on Western MR, it was conducted by BP Chemicals. They are the distributor for this particular product. This is a wonderful product, and it for very difficult products, it works wonderfully well. So a lot of things happen to us, and I would say for Team Saga, COVID has been only positive.
That's good. That's good. Yes. So I think the company performed better because you had to be lean and using the resources efficiently. I think the efficiency must have been improved a lot because you're forced to. Yeah.
Team strength had gone down, and at the same time we were getting more orders. So we had to learn to use our resources more efficiently. So we did all of that with a lot of juggling. Some of the offline products we moved on to online. Never had thought about it. But since online gives you much faster production on the microwave line I'm talking about, so we moved a lot of products from offline to online, which we had never earlier thought of. So they say necessity is the mother of invention. So it applied to us like anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Other than this COVID situation, of course, you're forced to improve yourself, and the opportunities there. Any other challenges in 13 years of running your business? Major issues that it's so much heavy, it's like a big mountain on the head.
Yeah. So individually, as an individual, when I think about it, there are always challenges of there is a self-doubt. Though now I am a bit comfortable, but over the years, you always have this lingering feeling: have I done it correctly? Was the correct path taken by me? Could have done better somewhere else. This does happen. Then there's this financial crisis which you have to face. Though fortunately, I did not face it too much. Time management is one big thing for me, where again, COVID has taught me a lot. And also, like Saga as such, if we take Saga as a team, if we talk about the challenges of Saga, we were more like reactive. So if we got the order, we used to work backwards and then try to finish off that order within the time schedule and all that. Recently, again, thanks to this phase where I am at home, I could join Quantum Leap, and they have it's something coaching, like business coaching by Rajiv Talreja, and they have taught us a lot. Where now I'm learning time management, and we are now doing more of a proactive marketing. So from reactive to proactive, now we are pushing up our products. Like a lot of clients don't know, okay, we have this as well as this. Even our existing clients don't know the range. So that is what we have now started doing. So this has been some of the challenges how we have overcome also.
Let's look into the your infrastructure. I think you mentioned about you're expanding, you're growing in terms of the business export market. So what kind of facilities and resources in the capabilities for Saga has?
Yeah, so here also again, of course, we have a microwave line, the autoclave line offline for some products which we have to do offline. The usual lab setup and all of that is there. But more than this, what I always believe the core infrastructure that Saga has is that it has created a wonderful team. So we have a team which is adept to take up challenges, and that is what is driving me forward. And the team is now growing. As Saga is growing, we are not finding it too difficult to acquire more people. So I think it is some goodwill that we have created, which is helping us to grow. And I think that this is what will help us beyond as well. And of course, with this experience now, with the global clients that we have, what we have now also learned is we are ready with the packing list invoices, the volume of the cargo that we'll be making, the expected date that we will be shipping out, so that the client can book his containers, his shipping schedule according to that. And infrastructure, of course, as I said, we have a micro line. We are going up for one more line. We have offlines and the usual lab setup. Of course, since we are in Maharashtra and close by to Bombay, we have very good backup support from IRM array as well as attuned polymers. So if we want some testing analysis done, we get it done from these people. And I have a very good consultant also who does not have to come to my factory. Is very happy with that. I am also happy with that because from the data that we give it to him, he can advise us on that. So that is a good part. Of course, WhatsApp also is helping. Zoom is helping in all of this. So technology has evolved. We have also evolved with COVID. Things which you never thought earlier could be possible are now being done. So,
there is one issue that's always rubber industries kind of facing is supply chain, the prices, shortage. You have similar problems in there?
this is one thing which is going to remain, I suppose, till the oil problem is going to be there. The rubber industry is cursed with this problem. So what we have done for this is try to stock up, try to be in touch with the pricing, and we are here also. Again, we have very good vendors, a good bank to support us. One particular issue, since you just discussed this, for in the COVID times, we had moved on from buying small quantities to bulk quantities. And I had ordered for a container. I did not inform my factory that I have ordered for a container. One fine day, my factory manager called me, saying, "Sab, container aa gaya, isko utaru kahan pe?" So this is all that we did face. And here we had very good support from Elastochem Impex. So that they have been a good support. We did not face too much of an issue in raw materials over here. Of course, pricing is always a matter of concern.
Sure.
Clients have been supportive because a lot of our clients are also into rubber manufacturing. So they also are in sync with what is happening in the commodities. They are also aware, and we did get a good price, some amount of price increase as well. So yes, but yes, this is a big challenge, and I don't think any easy solutions available for it.
I think that it's good to know that you have a support from your clients as well as your suppliers. I think this is a key also to grow, and getting the material in time, and also they give you some technical support, and so it's nice. Yeah. As you've been you started in 1996 something, and still in the rubber industry. How do you see the future of rubber industry?
The future of rubber industry, I am very optimistic about it. If you just go by the numbers, the per capita consumption in developing countries is still much low. So there is a lot of scope for the industry itself to grow. So it's a multi-billion market over there. It's just about how you put yourself over there and how you can grab some part of this business. And some things which could be disruptive, positively, negatively, both the ways, is that thermoplastic is coming up in a big way. So that could be something to watch out for. Nanotechnology is nascent right now, but I do feel that nanotechnology will have a very big impact on the rubber industry entirely. So that is something we need to watch out for. So rubber as an industry, future is good, but you need to be aware. I think that goes now for almost all the industries.
Sure. Yeah, that is true, pretty much true. And but how would you look at the young people now? Whether are they interested to enter into the rubber industry? What's your feeling? You won't be young for long. Okay, you always need young people to replace older people. So how do you see younger generation the interest into the rubber industry?
First of all, I don't go by that maxim because I see my father is still not ready to go out.
Well, that's not so many like that, as you know.
I don't see myself working so long. So yeah, the younger people today, I would say they are tech savvy people, and they do understand the issues in a much better way from what we could understand, is what I feel. They have a lot access to information as well. So that is one. These are some very good things that the younger people have. Of course, with that, they have the options that we did not have. The software industry, the industry which is paying in 6 figures for even the startups. So these are all things which would probably not allow them to have a very clean thing on the rubber industry. When you look at it, the rubber industry as such has some issues that it is not a clean industry, at least for the non-tire sector, for the smaller sector. So we as an industry will have to evolve some methods to tackle those things. Ultimately, we will have to find out ways so that people, good talent, does come into it. But yes, as an industry, I would say it has a good potential, and younger people should get into it. And just one piece of advice, like I did get from Mr. Bhatia, is if people want to get into this industry, I would say they should learn a bit more about this industry since it's a technical field, and then get into it. I had the chance to rectify myself and I could do it, but not everybody will get that chance. So better to equip yourself and then get into this industry.
There is always one saying, once you get into the rubber industry, it's difficult to get out. That's how it is most of the rubber people.
Yeah, rubber industry is full.
Right. You got to stick to it forever until to the end, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. We're almost entered into this discussion today on the rubber industry business talk. Before I let you go, I really like your tagline, Saga Elastomers, flexible in applications, inflexible in quality. Let's give your what's your opinion on this? What's all about it?
Yeah, so basically flexibility in our approach, flexibility that leads to flexibility in the products. So we as a team are always open to what the customer desires. So if we started like that as to what is the customer's requirement beyond the specs also. So specs is one thing that that the customer does give us the data sheet, but we try to get into it as to what is the actual use of the product. Sometimes we improvise beyond the specs also, of course, in consultation with the customers. So this is this flexible approach that we have, which is helping us to develop products which have the flexibility. So that is what is the tagline. And of course, inflexible in quality has to be. It is right for the entire industry.
Right. Milind, it's nice, very nice to have a discussion with you about your journey. It's very interesting, very inspiring, and I'm glad that to have you on this program today. Thank you very much, and please do continue this journey and inspire others, other people to come into the rubber industry more and more. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to all the panel members as well. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Milind. We talk again. Guys, that's the end of the rubber industry business talk, focusing on the journey of Saga Elastomers as a quality manufacturer of extruded rubber products.